Welcome to World of Warcraft Expansion Locked. In our previous episode, I did my weekly recap on how I'm doing in the Audible Zone and the Heart of the Forest. Got the Jawmonger Soul Shape from Wrath of the Lich King Time Walking on the first attempt. Finally finished all the Respawn items in Ardenworld, collected the Dauntless Dust Runner mount from the Queen's Conservatory, and again I did a lot more pet battles. But we only have a few more things left to collect in the Audible Zone. Will this be the episode we move to Maldraxxus? Let's find out. To start off this episode, I open my weekly Wild Seeds. We have another Divine Soul, so let's see what we get this week.
So here's the one. Yeah, we just got Artisan Satchel for that one. Next. Artisan Satchel again. Artisan Satchel. Artisan Satchel, damn you. And then the last one is a Divine Soul. So let's see if we get anything from the Divine Soul. Nah, didn't get anything. Damn you.
I then went back to Glitter Dust to finish off all the pet battles in Ardenworld. I needed to fight her with 7 more different teams to help me with my progress towards the Family Exodus achievement, which meant I needed to capture and buy new pets from the auction house. But I was running low on pet charms and gold, so I was struggling on what I was going to do next. But you guys in stream were amazing and lent me your pets, which I didn't know you can actually do.
A Molten Kogi if you want to borrow it, pal. Yeah, go for it. Can you send it?
Thank you so much for your support, I really appreciate it. And with your help, we finally managed to finish all the pet battles in Audible, apart from a couple from Farrelly. Now I can officially say we can move on to Maldraxxus. On our way there, we made a quick stop to Oribos to change our covenant to Necrolord and picked up the introductory quest line. Then we took the flight path to enter Maldraxxus. In Maldraxxus, there's a lot to complete. We have another 2 dungeons to complete, those being Playfall and the Theatre of Pain. Each dungeon has a lot of new Transmog to collect, achievements to complete, and the Playfall even has a pet to find. Maldraxxus is also home to the Necrolords. Their Sanctum is the seat of the Primus, where we'll need to build reputation with the Undying Army. Thankfully, I'm already exalted with this reputation. But another great thing with this covenant is we don't have to go around trying to find soul shapes for this covenant, as our covenant ability simply offers us a shield instead. But we do have Abomination Stitching to consider. This covenant feature is basically building our own zombie army, where we get resources throughout Maldraxxus and other covenant zones, and we put them all together to make vendors and collect mounts and collect pets. To do all this, we need to create constructs and complete the various weekly quests. On top of this, just like Ardenworld, we have a lot of vendors to complete with anima and grateful offerings. And we have the actual zone itself, which comes with its own campaign quests, side quests, achievements, mounts, transmog, and pets. Altogether, with the Maldraxxus zone and the Seat of the Primus, we need 176,000 anima to fully complete Maldraxxus. And honestly, 176,000 doesn't seem that much compared to Ardenworld, which you remember in episode 2 was over 400,000 anima, and we still haven't finished that zone yet for anima. Once we landed in Maldraxxus, the first port of call was to change my transmog. We're in Maldraxxus now, we need to look the part. And my god, I look good in this set.
Welcome the new Mog. That looks pretty sick, you know.
I then entered the Seat of the Primus, where I was introduced to Draka and learned my way around the Covenant Sanctum, making sure to find the Forge of Bonds for our first soul binds, and the Anima Reserver. Whilst getting my bearings, I also saw the Nathrian Weaponsmiths. I have loads of spruels left in my bank, so let's see if I can use some of them to unlock some new weapon transmogs.
Right, Nathrian Smiths, good, got that. Yeah, got that one, it's good. Got that one. Checking all of them, just making sure. For some reason, some of them don't like me to do it. Right, okay, so we've got 3 items there. That's pretty good. Yeah, okay, so we got 4 of them. That's pretty good. We got 4 items there, which is not bad. With the scythe though, they're pretty cool scythes, to be honest.
Unfortunately, that's all I managed to get done for today, as I did need to log off. But first, I knew I had to switch my covenant back to Ardenworld. This is really important to do every time I log off, because once you leave a covenant, the command table stops working. This means any followers that have been sent on missions will be sent home. But there is good news, the Queen's Conservatory still carries on growing. Now, I was a bit wary about this, but we did some testing with me and some of the viewers, and all covenant features do carry on working. It's only the command table that actually stops. stops working and cancels everything out. But I still think it's a good idea to switch back covenants to auto will to do the command table. The reason for this is because I still need to farm pet charms for the next time we do pet battles, which will be Maldraxxus. When I log back on, I'll check my mission table and the Queen's Conservatory. I know it sounds a bit of extra work, having to travel to Ouroboros to switch all the time, but this will allow me to complete content for both Maldraxxus and Outerworld at the same time. Blizzard, you really need to add a button in the homepage where we can switch covenants, not having to fly to Ouroboros, please. So I came back the next day as planned and did my normal weekly routine. This week we had the Kyrian Covenant Assault, which is exactly what I needed. I've now 100% completed the Kyrian Covenant Assault.
Guys, we officially have... Where's the chest? Right, next chest. This is a war chest, which we need the Copperback Earthworm. Will we get it? We freaking got it. Let's go, boys! Yes!
Meaning I'll never have to do this ever again. Once I finish my weekly routine of doing the raids, weekly quests in Corthia and Zereth Mortis, I switch my covenant back to Maldraxxus and set off to see the Primus, and I unlock my level 1 Anima Conductor, Transport Network and Command Table. I also wanted to unlock the covenant feature Abomination Stitching, but I didn't have enough Anima or Souls, so that'll have to wait for another day. I then went back to the Nathian Weaponsmith's vendor, because I only went to one vendor the first time. This time I made sure to check all the vendors and something happened which I didn't expect.
Over 50? Nearly. Am I? Have I just got 50%? Is that literally just happened? Chat, has that literally just happened? Looks like it. Let's go. 50%, boys.
I was now 50% complete in the Shadowlands. I then had a look at the Anima Conductor, which works exactly the same as the Nightfay Anima Conductor. Since it's only level 1, I've only unlocked one treasure and one rare to be able to go and do. The rare is called Geargar, who has many items to collect, including a mount, the Predatory Plague Rock, which only has a 2% chance of dropping, but weirdly enough this is actually a higher drop rate than most of the other items, which have a less than 0.1% drop chance. After killing Geargar and unfortunately not getting the mount, I made a start on the Necrolord's campaign questline. After our introductory questline, we start with the House of Eyes section of the campaign. There are actually 5 houses of Maldraxxus: the Houses of Construct, House of Chosen, House of Eyes, House of Rituals, and the House of Plagues. As it turns out, the House of Rituals and the House of Construct are attacking the House of the Chosen, which is really not good, given the House of the Chosen are based within the seat of the Primus. We initially fight our enemies by essentially bombing them, and then Baroness Vash comes up with a brilliant plan, with a more permanent solution. We head to the House of Eyes and rally survivors, including a mechanic who can repair the necropolis. From there we have enough forces behind us to take out the leader of the House of the Constructs, Garantus the Grutter. We then start the Grand Theft Necropolis part of the story. We're ready to enact Baroness Vash's plan to obtain Necropolis as we sneak through enemy territory. However, they were expecting us and we were unfortunately discovered. But not only that, the people helping us have also been captured, so we go back into hiding and free them. And because the House of Constructs were expecting us, the mooring platform for the Necropolis is also being guarded by Enforcer Bugrilla. Thankfully, we were able to defeat her, and we head up to Necropolis to take control of it. During this, we find the Primus bindings of flesh crafting, providing more power to the Necrolords. In between questing, I also head back to Corthia to check the Covenant Transmog set, which can be obtained from dailies. If you remember, we did this when we were back in Nightfay Covenant, and we have to do this all again with all the other Covenants too, as the Transmog sets only appear when you are part of that Covenant they are for. Luckily, part of the Necro set was up, so we were able to get the frontline Necromancer's mantle. But first, we need to complete a quest. For this quest, we need to weaken enemies and then infect them. But when you're high level, it's really difficult to do this without just killing the enemies. So I took my gear off and that didn't work either. But you guys in stream helped me out again. And you guys told me to go and get the foam toy sword, which we bought from Craggle Wobbletop top in Stormwind. This toy mostly wounds an enemy of a trivial difficulty, and all that means is when you're massively overleveled, you can whack an enemy with this foam sword, and instead of killing them, it will just knock their health down to around 10%. It is worth mentioning that this toy can be used on non-elite enemies in the open world, and you must be 10 or more levels higher than the enemy for it to work properly. But having this toy does mean we can easily infect any enemies without having to worry about accidentally killing them. So with our foam sword in hand, we went back to Korthia and gently tapped our enemies and completed the quest with absolutely no problems at all. And with our quest complete, we head back to the quest giver in Korthia and get our first piece of the Covenant Korthia set. And with that, we are officially halfway through Shallands, ending this episode at 50.73%. It's beginning to feel like I can actually escape Shallands one day, and I think this is where I'm going to leave this episode of Expansion Locked. If you have watched all this video to the end, I just want to say a big massive thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe for more Expansion Locked episodes, and a big shout out to my Twitch subs, YouTube members who support me every single week. And if you want to watch this channel live, you can on Twitch and this fellow channel on YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.